Okay, it's December 7th, 2020, and tomorrow I'm going to start my exercise program, which I have delayed documenting for about 2 years, 2.5 years, maybe three. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is show my start statistics from my continuous glucose monitoring Medtronic 670G insulin pump. So from the start here, as you can see, I do have some active insulin because I just ate dinner, but my blood sugar is actually doing really well. So let's see. What I want to go to first is down to options and then history. Now there's two types of there's actually several types of histories, but I'm going to check two different types. One is the daily history. Oh wait, actually I'm wrong. I'm going to check the summary first. Now my summary, it gives you an option for 1 day, 7 days, 14 days, or 30 days. So I'll check the 30-day summary first. It's going to think for a little bit as it calculates. It's thinking. Please wait. Feels like it's actually longer than it does the time, but it's actually not that bad. Okay, so for the last 30 days, here are my stats. So let me go back and read those closely. It's a little bit blurry. So time in auto mode, 88%, which is not bad, but I want to get up to 90, 95% or better. Time in target range, 58%. That's not very good. I don't think I want to get it more into the 80% in the target range. Time below, 7%. My diabetes educator says that it should be less than 5% or even less than 3%. So I need to work on that. Time above range, 20%. Now the key, that's also way too high. The key is to time the boluses. Here's another number to keep track of. TDD, total delivery per day, 75 units, which is quite a bit of insulin units a day for an insulin pump. Or for what? For me, it's hard. You have to decide on your own what's the best for you. Okay, basals, 33% of my insulin is basal a day, and bolus is 67%, so I'm kind of eating a lot. Also, the 253 carbs is quite a bit. And these are the carb boluses only, the correction boluses. Blood glucose 8.6 times a day. I don't always do that. Sometimes I just go with what the continuous glucose monitor sensor is saying. Average blood glucose 184. That's a little bit high, and actually I don't like that. I want to get that way down if I can. Standard deviation 68. Of course, that's a major standard deviation. Lows, the lowest was 400 in the past 30. I mean, the lowest was 40 in the past 40 days, 30 days, and the highest was 446. I forget what was happening that day. My sensor average is saying 145 and standard deviation of 21. So there are some differences, primarily because the sensor isn't taking the same readings as from when you actually check your blood sugar. All right, so let me go back again. Now I'll go to my sensor glucose review. Now this is actually checking my continuous glucose monitoring with a high limit of 180 and a low limit of 70. Now I've adjusted these on occasion, but my diabetes educator said to please recommended keeping the high at 180. So I'll go with a 30-day average here for this one. Go with next. It's thinking. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Oh, that's very fast. Okay, so that's really difficult to see. The little pie chart with the colors aren't coming out good. But okay, basically for my 30 days average, I was within for 14. This is an average per day, so 14 hours of the day, I am within my glucose average. That pie is not really showing that good. 23% of the time I'm above. So 23% of the day I'm above my blood sugar average, and then below my average about 1 hour and 44 minutes out of the day, or 8%. So I want to see what actually happens as I continue to exercise, and hopefully these numbers will be adjusted. Now I'll also take a check after the end of the week, 7 days later. Let me go back here to options, go to history, and go to daily history. Let me check. That's today. See what it tells me. The numbers aren't so well. If I analyze them, of course, the numbers are meaningful. So I'm going to go to my summary is what I'm looking for. My 7-day summary. Thinking 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so for the last 7 days, I've been in auto mode 78%, time and target rate only 48%, sorry. Time below 7%, which is not bad, and time above 19%. And there's my total delivery, which for the last week was a little very high, about 80 units a day. Basal 31, bolus 69%, carbs about 290, and these other things. So I'll try to remember these numbers and then do a comparison at the end of the week, and then also at the end of the month to see how things go. And then let me go back and do the sensor glucose for 7 days, see what that does, what those numbers are. Go back to 7 days. Thinking, that's a very fast turn. Again, difficult to see that pie chart, but basically I've only been within 64% of the time, above 26% of the time, and below my target blood glucose 10% of the time. Okay, tomorrow morning I'm going to start exercising kind of intensely, basically riding my bicycle to work and from work. I'm going to ride in the morning. It's about 8 miles one way to get to my office, and then 8 miles back. So we'll see how it does and the effect on my blood sugar and how I feel, and of course on my weight. Right now I'm pretty overweight, technically obese at 103 kilograms, which is about 225 pounds. So I want to get that down to less than 200, and let's see if I can do that in a month. Okay, so check back and we'll see how I am 1 month from now. It's December 7th, and my blood sugar is starting to rise because I ate some pinto beans for dinner. So what'll happen is with my insulin pump, it'll rise a little bit, but it'll self-adjust to get within range with a target blood sugar of 120. So, okay, I'll talk to you later on.